Hey everyone, what's going on? I thought I'd get on here and talk about transgender. I know it's a topic that a lot of people kind of get squeamish about and a lot of people run. There's a lot of haters about transgender, and and I blame that on Trump a little bit. But anyway, and the reason why I blame him is because how he come up with this, oh, there's only two genders and all this bullshit like that, and he was wanting to kick transgender people out or LGBT people, kick them out of the army and stuff like that, who's been there for years and knows the job, and putting new people in there who don't know nothing. But anyway, a lot of people has agreed with a lot of stuff what he's claimed about how there's only two genders, which I understand some of this too. Uh, but a lot of transgender, what transgender to me is that when you take these hormones and all this, you're trying to live as the opposite sex, whether it be a man or a woman, and that's what you're trying to be. You're trying to be that person. Uh, I've done that for so many years, and then I started this other channel called Debbie Lynn TV, and then I was doing this thing called Transgender Shout Out, and somebody did a shout out for me, and they did it with they done karaoke, so I done a shout out back to them, and when I did it, I done it with my guitar. And all of a sudden, it went from there to all of a sudden playing classic country songs on my YouTube channel on WLN TV. So now you got this transgender individual singing classic country that was very unusual and very unique, and with somebody with an attitude the way I act, and plus on top of that, with a deep voice that I got, and then a southern twang on that, you just don't find that nowhere. All wrapped all into one, you know. And I got known. I went viral with 4 million, close to 4 million, up on Twitter. People like Billy Ray Cyrus, Miley Cyrus, Dolly Parton, Ludacris, Kiss, you name it, I had them all up on my LinkedIn, or not my LinkedIn account, my Twitter account. Close to 4 million. And it was over a song I'm wanting to say it was Borrowed Angel, if I ain't mistaken. And anyway, now that you're seeing this transgender individual with his deep voice playing country music and not, being too bad at it, and all of a sudden they're seeing something different. But now, I ain't on hormones anymore, and I haven't been on hormones for, I'm going to say, about 2 years or so, or a little over. And it was all because I went to jail over false allegations, which everybody knows about this, I'd say. But after getting claimed false allegations on me, when I was in jail, I was still on hormones at the time. But when I come out, I just I lost my doctor, so I thought, well, hell, there ain't no sense of even trying again, And so I just said, heck with it. And so that's why I'm not on hormones. Now, I don't feel there's nothing wrong with being transgender because, they're still the same person before they took the hormones in the first place. They're still the same person. You feel the same way, you act the same way as you did before you started it. Now there are some transgender people that try to, act that lifestyle. But yet, I go through the videos on Facebook and I go through videos on YouTube with transgender people, and now it's not like a medical case anymore, and that's what I considered mine as, a medical case. When I come out transgender, because I've been this way ever since I was like, I'm going to say 3 or 4 years old. Stealing your mom's clothes, stealing your sister's clothes, and hiding and wearing them, and trying to feel like you're you. And but now it's like a trend. I don't know. It just seems like anytime I see these videos of people, it ain't like a normal transgender used to be. The normal transgender to me, what it used to be is somebody what took hormones and they might get body work done, like, boob job or either, BBL or whatever it may be, and liposuction and all this other crazy crap, FFS, all this stuff like that, which I planned on doing at that time. I did plan on getting that done. I even planned on getting my voice altered, and I had that planned at the time. But at the time when I got noticed by Hollywood, they said, "Oh, don't do it. You got this real manly voice, and you sing this, and that." And they didn't want me doing it, so I didn't do it at the time. But anyway, I see all this happening around me right now with all the transgender stuff and everything, and it's like a trend anymore. It's like it's just a trend now. It's not like the normal transgender used to be. It ain't like it's a medical case. That now is like a trend. It's like they just doing it because this one come out, that one come out, or they seen this one, or they seen that other transgender. They thought it was cool. And being transgender is not about being cool. But anyway, that's what they're seeing it as. And now I'm seeing these videos of transgender people claiming to be transgender, but they carry a full beard and a mustache and wearing drag makeup and wearing a dress and high heels, but a full beard. And I see these kind of videos all the time now. And it's like they're making a mockery of the transgender community. And their own people were saying they're transgender is. So it's like, it ain't the same anymore. So I guess that's why, I'm not going to go back on hormones or nothing like that because of that, And so my transgender days are kind of over now. I'm just going to be honest with you. And especially everything what I went through and everything too. So it just ain't worth it no more. And, but yeah, I see transgender now as being a trend. It's I don't know, people coming out saying they're transgender, but they're not really, I don't see them really being transgender because if they're wearing beards and wearing a dress, and I know a lot of people say, oh, that's non-binary. Well, okay, non-binary. So that's, I don't know. I just don't see it because, when they can, if they're going to be transgender, they're supposed to, shave that off. They're supposed to look like a female. They're supposed to act like a female. And, but they don't, so it's just like a trend anymore now. That's all it is. I still use the name of the Debbie Lynn. Don't get me wrong. I do that on my channels, on different channels that I have now. But I've told you about, I'm thinking about deleting my Facebook, and I'm talking about deleting this YouTube and everything and get rid of the name Debbie Lynn. And now I'm thinking about just going with something else and just let it be. Because I am not on hormones anymore, and I'm not, So that's pretty much all I can really say about all this. It's just transgender anymore is like a trend, and it's like, there's so much hatred for the transgender. And reason why I believe because, the ones with saying they are transgender, they're not really, I don't know, they're not full-blooded transgender. I don't know how to say it. They're not full-blooded transgender. I mean, if they're going to sport a beard and wear drag makeup, it don't, I know when I was transgender, I was always, it was like you wanted to hide all this stuff. You didn't want to be outed. You didn't want to go to a store and say, oh, that's a dude or nothing like that. You didn't want that stuff. But now they're wearing beards and wearing dresses at the same time and drag makeup. And they're saying that's transgender. And that, to me, that ain't transgender. But anyway. But I guess that's all I pretty much got to say. I just wanted to say, get that off my chest a little bit. And, I've had a couple people ask me about it. I'm going to go back on hormones. And No, I just don't see it. I don't see it happening. Instead of Debbie Lynn, I'm not really going by Debbie Lynn anymore. I'm going by the Honky Tonk Angel, and that's what I'm going by now, and that's what I'm going to probably stick with. But anyway, I guess I'll talk to y'all later on. Bye, y'all.